Monday Night Raw was insane. What's up, WWE? We have the WWE setup review of Monday Night Raw. This is the Monday Night Raw right after SummerSlam. This show was absolutely insane. They kicked off the show with Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman all coming out. The new World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins, after one of the craziest cash-ins ever, faking his injury and everything. Seth Rollins says how this was his plan all along and only two people knew, his beautiful wife, Becky Lynch, and his Oracle, Paul Heyman. And then they were rudely interrupted by LA Knight. LA Knight comes out. He goes, "Congratulations, Seth, on winning the World Heavyweight Championship." He goes, "I got one problem with you." He goes, "Why fake the injury?" He goes, He goes, "You faked the injury and everything," but he goes, "That doesn't affect me so much. But the thing that affected me is you faked the injury, not to cash in. You faked the injury to escape me. You were afraid of me, Seth, because you already had the briefcase. I don't understand why you faked the injury. Besides, you were escaping me." He goes, "And I was the last person to beat you. You faked the injury, and then you got up, and I hit you with the BFT 1, 2, 3. He goes, "Then I should be able to get an opportunity for that World Heavyweight Championship tonight." And then they were interrupted by Adam Pearce because Seth Rollins said that he is not getting a title shot. Adam Pearce comes out and tells Seth Rollins, he goes, "Normally I would say no. LA Knight does not get a title shot," but he goes, "This isn't normal, because normally people don't lie about their faking their injury. Normal World Heavyweight Champions don't lie to the WWE Universe about faking their injury. And normal champions don't lie to their general manager about faking an injury." He goes, "So Seth Rollins, tonight in the main event, you'll be defending the World Heavyweight Championship against LA Knight." Then Sheamus and Rusev put on another banger of a match, but ended up being a count-out because Sheamus had Rusev over the barricade by the fans and hitting all his freaking brutal hits on his chest. They got counted out. Then it turned into an insane brawl. Rusev ended up taking the steel steps, hitting Sheamus with it. They started brawling, and security had to stop them. And they kept on battling backstage later on in the show. So I'm assuming this is going to set up to another match, hopefully maybe on a pay-per-view instead of just all these matches being on Monday Night Raws. We'll be hearing from John Cena about his attack by Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam on Friday Night SmackDown. Also, we'll be hearing from the new WWE Undisputed Champion, Cody Rhodes, on SmackDown. Then Penta went one-on-one with Grayson Waller with New Day on ringside because they're kind of like working with Grayson Waller, I guess, now. But Penta ended up picking up the victory even though New Day tried getting involved. Penta hit the crazy Mexican Destroyer after bouncing off the top rope and hitting the Mexican Destroyer on Grayson Waller. And then the New Day got in the ring to get involved, but Penta takes him out, throws him out of the ring, and hits a giant diving flip to take out the New Day and freaking Xavier Woods with his gigantic hat. It was so obnoxious. He also threw the hat like a shield at him. It was so funny. But I'm not quite sure where they're going with Grayson Waller, him working with the New Day or anything. I feel like they're lost with him because I think Austin Theory's hurt or something, but it's kind of odd. But Penta got a free win pretty much. Then the new women's tag team champions came out, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. They were talking about how they're going to put up with each other because they're friends. Now because they're tag team champions, they have to put up with each other. And then they were interrupted by Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, the former tag team champions, asking how they want a rematch. Adam Pearce comes out once again, and he said, "Tonight's just not a normal night, so Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez, you guys get a rematch for your tag team championships, and it's official, and it's happening right now." This match was pretty decent. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss obviously retaining their tag team championships because they literally just won them at SummerSlam. But overall, decent match, not much different than the match at SummerSlam. And then they stand tall, kind of like back to back like this. I thought it was pretty cool because they're not like, it's like they're kind of putting up with each other or what, because they're still becoming friends. Then Dominic Mysterio went one-on-one with Dragon Lee. Obviously Dominic Mysterio is trying to cheat to win. He cheats to win, and then AJ Styles comes out after Dominic with his boot, just like how Dominic tried cheating at SummerSlam. He cheated with hitting AJ Styles with the boot to pick up the victory. AJ Styles went after Dominic Mysterio with his boot and chased off Dominic Mysterio because Dominic Mysterio was jumping Dragon Lee. And AJ Styles said backstage earlier that he goes, "As long as you're the Intercontinental Champion," he goes, "I'll always be coming after you because I want the Intercontinental Championship." So obviously the storyline between AJ Styles and Dominic Mysterio is not over, which I like because I feel like AJ Styles can elevate Dominic Mysterio's career, and Dominic Mysterio needs it because he's really starting to get to that star power, and AJ Styles is that type of wrestler that can really elevate him. So I like this feud between AJ and Dominic. Then Becky Lynch came out talking about how she has retained her Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam, and Lila Valkyria no longer can defend. She no longer has to deal with Lila Valkyria because no longer Lila Valkyria can challenge for it because Becky Lynch is still champ. Then she was interrupted by Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella comes out saying how she came back to help elevate this new women's division because this is the best the women's division's ever been. She's like, Becky, what are you doing? All you're doing is like hurting the women's division. You're not helping anybody. He goes, I guess Hollywood didn't accept you, so you had to come back to bury people. So, and then she said how, well, you're nothing special because of your husband, Seth Rollins, blah, blah, blah. Like, you guys are, like, not a good wrestling couple. It was just kind of stupid. And then Becky Lynch was like, oh, you would have had that too if, you can't see him anymore, John Cena. It's so cringy how they keep on bringing up John Cena and Nikki Bella, like, in promos now. Like, Liv Morgan did it first, now Becky Lynch. It, like, that was, like, I feel like, was that 8 years ago now? 7 or 8 years ago? Like, it's time to move on from that. Like, I get it. It's a cheap pop, like, burn. But, Nikki Bella not replying something back to Becky Lynch, and then Becky Lynch punched Nikki Bella in the face and then took off. So I'm assuming this is setting up a match, either Clash in Paris or Crown Jewel in Australia down the road. So, but it looks like Nikki Bella's going after the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Then it was main event time. Seth Rollins versus LA Knight. Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker were banned from ringside. This match was going back and forth and everything. LA Knight was starting to get the upper hand when they were outside of the ring, but Seth Rollins ended up throwing LA Knight into the post that held the World Heavyweight Championship. And then he was about to slam on the announcer desk when CM Punk jumps the barricade by the fans and takes out Seth Rollins, causing a disqualification. CM Punk's beating up Seth Rollins and everything, while LA Knight's just laid out pretty much. And then here comes Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. CM Punk gets speared by Braun Breaker, and then Bronson Reed hits a tsunami on him. They're just absolutely murdering CM Punk. They get him into the ring. Seth Rollins hits a stomp on CM Punk. He hits a Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins hits a stomp on LA Knight, just laying everybody out. And Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed stand tall, and they walk towards the ramp, standing tall and everything. And when Roman Reigns' music hits, the OTC is here. He has not forgotten about WrestleMania 41, losing to Seth Rollins, and then after WrestleMania, getting jumped by Seth Rollins' new group. He comes out, takes out Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, Superman punching them and spearing Braun Breaker in the ramp, taking them out. Then it's down to Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns in the ring, and Seth Rollins runs like a little pansy. Roman Reigns standing tall, but then Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed get back in the ring, and they overwhelm Roman Reigns. They take out Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins hits the stomp on Roman Reigns because he was taken down to the ground by Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, and then they hold him up. Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed hold up Roman Reigns while Braun Breaker hits a spear on Roman Reigns, and then they drag him towards the corner, and then Bronson Reed hits a tsunami on him. And then security comes out trying to stop this and everything. While that's going on, Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed all stand tall, holding up the World Heavyweight Championship. So once again, the Vision, which is their new group because they debuted that earlier in the promo, Seth Rollins said they're the then, now, and the future. They are the Vision. The Vision stands tall. So they finally have a name for this group. I absolutely love this group. I know some people don't like it. It's mainly like the CM Punk haters, but I love it. The Vision stands tall to end Monday Night Raw. In my personal opinion, this Monday Night Raw was really good. I loved the ending and everything, the setting, the storyline with LA Knight, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and the whole Vision and everything. Awesome stuff. Starting off the show with it as well. I'm loving that they're continuing the storyline with AJ Styles and Dominic Mysterio. Rusev and Sheamus always putting on bangers, so I'm loving this storyline as well. The Charlotte Flair Alexa Bliss thing's okay. It's kind of interesting. Becky Lynch really isn't interesting, so hopefully Nikki Bella can somewhat make it interesting, because right now I don't find Becky Lynch interesting at all. But and then I have no idea where they're going with Penta and the random Grayson Waller New Day thing. So I'm gonna give this show a solid 3.5 out of 5. Actually, no, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. It was a very good show. It was entertaining. There's just a couple little points. So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. This is Jared W. Make sure to like, subscribe, stay tuned for more figure content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.